Welcome into the beautiful poker room. Grab yourself a drink and perch yourself up on the rail as we talk some Wingman Poker. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome on into part 2 for tournament number 3 of the Wingman Poker Presents On the Rail. I'm your host, Michael Furley, and as always, I'd like to thank all of you guys for watching this show. In this show, we will be picking up the action after the first break of tournament number 3. So pour your favorite drink, grab a snack, and nestle in and join me on the rail. All right, Railbirds, quick recap of part 1. We had 6 rebuys during part 1, where the Mother of Dragons, American Dad, Mr. 300, Optimus, Patty DeVille, and Lino all chose to rebuy. And we did have one elimination as the Flash chose not to rebuy during that rebuy window. So with the 6 rebuys, the Bad Beat jackpot is now up to $81. The prize pool for this tournament, tournament number 3, is up to $420. And the total chips on the tables is up to 34,500 in chips. So with 14 players still at the tables and the rebuy window now closed, it is time to get back to the tables. In part 2, I've highlighted approximately 10 hands for your viewing and scouting pleasure. So let's get into some of the poker. All right, let's get a refresher of where our players left off from the break. All right, on table A in seat 1, we have Patty K, aka Patty DeVille. She'll be going as the poker princess for the rest of this tournament. Over to seat 2, Optimus the Decepticon. In seat 3, we have the Scorpion Queen, Alicia M. In seat 4, we have Nick B, aka Waddle Away. In seat 5, we have Gary K, the Margarita Man. In seat 6, we have Scott H, Mr. 300. And in seat 7, we have Tom Sr., aka American Dad. Now let's take a look at our players who are remaining on table B. In seat 1, we have Chris M, the Scorpion King. In seat 2, we have Jurassic Jordan. In seat 3, we have Stephen S, the Doomslayer. In seat 4, we have the Austrian assassin, Gerhard W. In seat 5, we have Reggie O, a.k.a. Lion-O, and he'll be going as the Wall going forward. And in seat 6, we have Michael F, Amazing Spidey. And in seat 7, we have the Mother of Dragons. Let's get ready to shuffle. Shuffle up and deal. All right, we're picking up the action over here on table A. We are just back from break. Our dealer is American Dad. Small blind is the Poker Princess. Big blind is Optimus the Decepticon. First to act will be the Scorpion Queen, and she quickly folds over to Waddle Away on the top left. It'll be 200 to make the call. He does so over the Margarita Man, who's looking down at a King 6 of spades. He makes the call. Mr. 300 folds. Now it's down to American Dad, who's got a King 9 offsuit, King of Clubs, 9 of spades. He makes the call. The Poker Princess fills up the small blind of check from our big blind, and we are off to the flop. We've got 5 players in this hand, $1,000 in the pot. Here comes the flop, a 9 of hearts, 7 of spades, King of diamonds. The Margarita Man flops top pair. Oh, but American Dad gets top 2 pair, kings and 9s on the flop, a huge hand. And Nick's Waddle Away is going to lead out, betting 200 over to the Margarita Man with top pair. He raises to 400 with his pair of kings. Now it's over to American Dad, who's loving this action in front of him, as he's got to have the best hand unless there's a pocket pair that hit a set, of course. Got a rainbow out there, so no strong flush draw. He raises it to 800. Over to the Poker Princess will be 800 to play. There's been a bet, a raise, and a re-raise. And she makes the call. Oh my gosh, what hand could she possibly have? A fold from Optimus, a fold from Waddle Away over to the Margarita Man. Will be 400 more to make the call. That's right. And he does make the call over to the turn. The turn is a 2 of hearts. Doesn't help any of our players who we see their cards. Looks like we've got a check from the Poker Princess, check from the Margarita Man, a check all the way around. Here comes the river. The river is a 9 of clubs. This gives Margarita Man 2-pair kings and nines, but it gives American Dad a full house nines over kings. Check from the Poker Princess. A bet of 500 from the Margarita Man over to American Dad, who's got that full house. He's going to raise it up to 1,000. It's going to be 1,000 to call for the Poker Princess. She gets out of the way. Over to the Margarita Man. It's going to be 500 more to call. He makes the call. This pot's up to 5,600, our biggest pot of the night so far. They flip them over. The two pair of kings and nines is going to lose to the full house nines over king, and the Margarita Man is just a little shaken right now as he ships off most of his chips over to American Dad. We're going to stay here at table A. This is the very next hand. Our dealer is the Poker Princess. Small blind is Optimus the Decepticon. Big blind is the Scorpion Queen. First to act will be Waddle Away.
So this is a lot more interesting than Pokemon.
Waddle Away makes the call over to Margarita Man, who looks down at his suited ace-9 of hearts. His chip stack is a little low after that big hand against American Dad. So he's got 525 left. And he's going to shove it all in. 525 all in. A fold for Mr. 300. Over to American Dad, who's got King 7 of hearts and a ton of chips to play with. Both players have hearts. That's good news for Margarita Man, as he's got the ace heart in his hand. American Dad is going to make the call. Over to Patty the Poker Princess. Poker Princess will be 525 to play.
Patty, it's on you. Thomas.
All right, with fold from the Poker Princess, fold from Optimus, fold from Waddle Away. They're going to flip the cards over. Ace-9 versus King-7, both hearts. Flop comes out. Flop comes out King of Hearts, Ace of Clubs, 2 of Spades, and the pair of aces is hit for the Margarita Man, and the flush draw is almost, well, the flush draw is irrelevant here. So we have a pair of aces, which means that he's going to need runner, runner, kings, runner, runner, sevens. Nope, that won't even work. He's going to need a king and a 7. Does not come out. He is drawing dead. Margarita Man is going to take this one. Margarita Man is stirring things up, and he doubles up, getting some of his chips back from American Dad. Way to go, Margarita Man. Way to survive. A nice pot of 1550 goes to the Margarita Man. All right, we are going to shift over to table B this time around. Our dealer is Amazing Spidey on the right end of the table. Small blind is the Mother of Dragons on the bottom right. Big blind is the Scorpion King on the bottom left. First act will be Jurassic Jordan on the left end of the table, and he folds over the Doomslayer on the top left. It'll be 200 to make the call. The Doomslayer folds over the Austrian Assassin. He makes the call for 200. Reggie O is going to fold, as does Amazing Spidey. Over to the Mother of Dragons, who is the small blind. It'll be 100 more to play. She does make the call. A check from our big blind. The Mother of Dragons has a suited ace-jack of diamonds. The Scorpion King's got a king 8 offsuit, king of hearts, 8 of clubs. Here comes the flop. The flop is 4 of diamonds, 4 of clubs, king of spades. The Scorpion King flops top pair of kings, but the first to act will be the Mother of Dragons, and she leads out, going all in for 350. Quick call from Scorpion King, a fold from the Austrian Assassin. 2 players left, pot's 1,300. They can flip them over. She's going to need diamonds or an ace. Oh, 7 of diamonds without. She is alive. She needs a diamond or an ace to take this one.
Give her a diamond.
Oh, another 7. So both players have 2 pair. We have kings and 7s versus 7s and 4s. The Scorpion King is tormenting the Mother of Dragons as he stings Diane for the second time, this time taking all of her chips and sending the Mother of Dragons off to the rail. All right, we stay here at table B. Our dealer is the Scorpion King. Small blind is Jurassic Jordan. Big blind is the Doomslayer. First to act will be the Austrian Assassin. He looks down at a King 8 of hearts. He makes the call. Fold from the wall. Over to Amazing Spidey. He folds, as does the Scorpion King. Over to our small blind Jurassic Jordan, who's got a suited ace 7 of hearts. So both players have hearts. The flop comes out 2 of hearts, 5 of spades, 6 of diamonds. First to act will be. We have a check from Jurassic. We have a check all the way around. Here comes the turn. The turn is a 7 of spades. This gives Jurassic Jordan a pair of 7s with the ace kicker, but this opens the door for the Austrian Assassin, as now he needs an 8, 9, or king. The 8 will be the higher pair, a king will be a higher pair, and the 9 will give him a 9 high straight draw. Straight. 200 is the lead out bet from Jurassic Jordan over to the Doomslayer. He's going to fold over to the Austrian Assassin, who has a straight draw. Oh, he gets the 9 on the river. Oh my goodness. The Austrian Assassin once again lives by the river and lands a wounding shot against Jurassic Jordan. They're going to flip their cards over, and they're going to see the pair of 7s is not good enough as the 9 high straight hits. Oh, Austrian Assassin.
No, he still has a little.
All right, I think this is the very next hand on the same table. Our blinds are still 100, 200. Our dealer's Jurassic Jordan. Small blinds, the Doomslayer. Big blind is the Austrian Assassin. So first to act will be Reggie O, the wall.
What's that?
We have a fold from Reggie O over to Amazing Spidey.
That's kind of fun, but I don't have enough money for fun.
He's going to fold over to the Scorpion King, who looks down at a suited King Jack of spades. He's going to raise it up to 800. We have a call from Jurassic Jordan, who is well short of the bet. He's all in for 125. So we have a fold from our small blind of the Doomslayer over to the big blind. It's going to be 600 to make the call for him.
Is he short of the bet? Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, he's at
That's
125.
not. That's fine. Yeah. That's fine.
All right, so we have a fold from the Austrian Assassin. Our pot should actually be 475, so we're a little off right now.
That in. Take that. Yeah.
That's all right. So Jurassic Jordan is all in for 125, so we can win 475. And he is dominated as both players have jack, so it's 5 versus king. The flop is just out of sight off the table here. So the flop comes out Queen of spades, 7 of clubs, 2 of hearts. Jurassic Jordan's going to need a 5 and a 5 alone to take this one. The turn comes out as a 10 of clubs. The river is a 6 of hearts, just misses his 5. So the Scorpion King finishes off the weekend Jurassic Jordan for his second knockout in a row. This puts Jurassic Jordan back in his cage and sends him off to the rail. We are down to 5 on table B. All right, so now we move back over to table A. Our blinds are still at 100, 200. The dealer is Margarita Man. Small blind is Mr. 300. Big blind is American Dad. First act will be the Poker Princess, and she folds over to Optimus the Decepticon. He's going to make the call at 200. Over to the Scorpion Queen. She makes the call, and a fold from Waddle away. Over to the Margarita Man, looking down at an ace-9, this time off-suited. Ace of hearts, 9 of spades. He makes the call. Our small blind, Mr. 300, fills it up, and it looks like we're going to have a check of the big blind American Dad, who has a 7-10 suited of clubs. 1,000 in the pot, going to the flop. 5 players. The flop comes out 9, 9, 8, 9 of diamonds, 9 of hearts, 8 of hearts. The Margarita Man flops a set of 9s. First to act will be Mr. 300. He's going to check, as does American Dad, who's got an open-ended straight draw. 7, 8, 9, 10. Over to Optimus the Decepticon. He two's going to check. And then we have the Scorpion Queen leading out with a strong bet of 575.
What do you got?
Way to make it complicated with so little green chips, Alicia. 4 green chips on the table.
Margarita Man makes the call, or possible 2150 would be 575 to make the call. So American Dad just tried to figure out the appropriate raise he'd have to make if he wants to do so. So to call would be 575. To raise, he'd have to put in 1150 or more. So he's just trying to get that information so he can make the appropriate bet. He does have an open-ended. So the Scorpion Queen made a bet of 575, but she put out 6 1/4 by mistake. So she pulls her overage back. That's all that was on the left end of the table. So it looks like American Dad is contemplating a raise as he's asking what the minimum raise would be.
Oh, we need to bring someone over?
Yeah, 12.
He raises it to 1200, another big pot of 3350. So now it'll be 6 1/4 to make the call for the Scorpion Queen. She folds, as does Optimus the Decepticon just prior to that. Sorry about that. Over to the Margarita Man. He's going to go all in. He's got 275 more. He puts it all in. So they're going to pull the overage back to American Dad. So 350 goes back into the hand of American Dad. Our pot is at 3275. And once again, we have an all-in from the Margarita Man up against American Dad. This rivalry is brewing. The only thing he's worried about is a 9-8 or a pocket 8s.
How does that work?
Alright. Who has, okay, now,
You two are all in. Yeah, he's got you all in. So you two flip it up.
We're flipping?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because Alicia got out.
All right. He shows the set of 9s.
All right. Go ahead, gang.
So he's going to have to dodge a 6, 10, or jack, or he's going to have to dodge a 6 or jack or runner 10s. So American Dad can win with a 6, a jack, or runner 10s.
Yeah, no, it's not good.
A 10 comes out. Oh my gosh, he is now alive. Is American Dad going to pull this one off? Now he is 3 outs, 6, 10, or jack. Making the Margarita Man sweat. Here comes the river. A 7. So that gives 2 pair to American Dad at 10s and 9s. And a set of 9s is going to hold on for the Margarita Man. The Margarita Man is shaking and baking. And he is starting to get the better of American Dad.
like 2 pair with the ace kicker, but I felt like silence.
All right, we're staying here at table A. The blinds are still at 100 and 200. Our dealer is Mr. 300. Small blind is American Dad. Big blind is Patty the Poker Princess. And first to act will be Optimus the Decepticon, who looks down at an ace 10 suited, ace 10 of spades, and he's going to call. We have a fold from the Scorpion Queen over to waddle away. It'll be 200 to make the call.
That's actually what I put you on.
He folds over to Mr. 300, who also folds. Now it's to American Dad, who's taken a little bit of a hit the last 2 hands, but he is still in good shape with chips. And he looks down at a Jack 7 suited of spades. And the Poker Princess looks down at the Rockets. She's got pocket aces.
Yeah.
She raises to 500.
Throttling.
And we have both players call. Optimus and Decepticon and American Dad make the call. The flop comes out. 9 of spades, 10 of hearts, 6 of spades. All right, so right now we have a pair of 10s from Optimus and Decepticon, a pair of aces for the Poker Princess, and both American Dad and Optimus have a flush draw. However, of course, the ace high flush would be much better. So right now, 3rd place is American Dad. 1st place would be Poker Princess. 2nd place with a strong draw is Optimus. We have a check from American Dad. Patty goes all in for 550. And then we have Optimus the Decepticon also going all in for 300. So we have 2 players all in at the moment. American Dad will be 550 to make the call. He does make the call, so we have 2,900 in the total pot. Our main pot is 2,400, which can be won by Optimus, and a $500 side pot, which can be won here by either Poker Princess or American Dad.
No, she has 300. 300.
You got 550.
So 400 on the side.
You got 550.
Yeah,
So
550.
250 from you, 250 from him. You got 500 on the side.
So we have an open, we have a gut shot straight draw for American Dad. He's going to need an 8. We have a flush draw for Optimus, so he's going to need a spade or a 10. And Poker Princess just needs to avoid an 8, a 10, or a spade. There's a lot of cards she has to dodge.
And everything else is for Thomas to be able to win. So you're in for both. Tom's
All right, they get the side pot squared away. Once again, Mr. 300, Scott H. is the master of the side pots. Thank you, sir, for keeping the table straight. They flip over the cards.
Oh, he's got the flush covered. Straight
No
pots.
slave.
Burn.
Here comes the turn. The turn is a 6 of clubs. It is a black card, but not a spade. So now, once again, we are going to need an 8 for American Dad, a 10 or a spade for Optimus, and Poker Princess doesn't want to see any of those.
Burn. Sorry, Patty.
Oh my gosh, the river is the 8. American Dad is living the good life. Oh, the river donkey gets the straight. He was 3rd in ranking going all the way through, but he finishes with a double knockoff. American Dad takes off his belt and spanks both Optimus and the Poker Princess as both Thomas and Patty unceremoniously get sent off to the rail. What a final river card that changes. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. That is ridiculous.
I tell you his course is Hell, he'll come back and charge him.
All right, so we had to balance the tables. We had to balance the tables prior to that hand there. So the Margarita Man has moved over from table A to table B.
They have 2 eliminations.
So we are picking up the other hand just finished. So there's 2 players been eliminated here on table A. So they're going to play hand for hand because they're now 2 short.
Just sit tight.
All right, so let me just catch up on the action here. Our dealer is the Austrian Assassin. Small blind is the wall. Big blind is Amazing Spidey. First to act was the Scorpion King, who folds. Next was the Margarita Man, who's joining us at table B. He looks down at a pocket pair of 7s. He makes the call. Doomslayer folds, as does the Austrian Assassin. Our small blind of the wall looks down at a Queen 9 offsuit, Queen of clubs, 9 of diamonds, and he is going to fill up the small blind, and Amazing Spidey is going to check. So we have 600 in the pot. 3 players going to the flop. The flop comes out King, a Queen, Queen, 3. The wall flops a set of queens. My goodness, and he is first to act, and he leads out with a bet of 300 over to Amazing Spidey.
Gak's still in here. I know. We're like, screw you, man. But he is in. I have 300.
And from memory, Amazing Spidey's got a 3. I think he's got an ace 3, but I'm not sure about the kicker.
Right now.
So he wants to play this as he has 2 pair.
Can you see it all right there?
I just happen to remember this one because he overreacts on his fold. He's folding, but he flopped 2 pair.
Man, you got upset. I did.
Over to the Margarita Man, who also flopped 2 pair, queens and 7s. He makes the call. 2 players going to the turn. We have a set of queens versus 2 pair, 7 and queens. Here comes the turn.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh, a 7 comes out. The Margarita Man gets a full house 7 over queens. That looks like such a insignificant card to the wall, but that is a huge card, a devastating card to the wall.
Welcome to the table.
So Reggie O bets 550 into the full house. We have a call from the Margarita Man at 550, so our pot's up to 2,300. Here comes the flop. He's going to need a queen. An ace of spades comes out. Or a 9 would have worked as well. No, a 9 would have worked as well. Would need a... All right, so it's over to the wall. He's going to bet all in for 500.
What do you got, Reggie?
Got a queen. You got a queen in the
Let me just clear that up real quick. Actually, the wall checked. We had a bet of 1,000 by the Margarita Man, and then a call of 500, which puts the wall all in. So the wall is all in. Our pot is at 3,300. They show the full house beats the set of queens. Oh my gosh, that 7 looks like nothing on the board, but it's a huge card.
Oh, Gary had pocket 7.
The wall crumbles as the Margarita Man's full house puts Reggie O on the rocks and sends the wall off to the rail. The Margarita Man has turned his tides around, winning 3 straight hands and another big hand for the Margarita Man. All right, we are over at table A. We have lost 2 players. The other table B lost the players, so we have 9 players left. 4 players on table A, 5 players on table B. Our dealer is a dead dealer button from Optimus Spot, so small blind will be the Scorpion Queen. Big blind is Waddle Away. First to act is Mr. 300, and he looks down at pocket aces, and he goes all in for 2,100. That's how you do it. The blinds are up to 150, 300. Over to American Dad, who's taken a little bit of hit lately, but he's looking down at pocket pair of 5s. He still has a ton of chips. Actually, after that last hand, his chips are way up again. I forgot about that. So he's going to make the call. This pot's already up to 4,650. Over to our small blind, the Scorpion Queen. She's in for 150. She's going to fold. Over to the big blind, Waddle Away.
Nick, it is on you.
You would be all in too.
So he folds. So we're down to 2 players here. Pocket aces versus pocket 5s.
Oh, God, thank you.
Flop comes out 10, 5, 4. He's going to need a 5 and a 5 alone. The turn is an 8. The river is a 3 of hearts. The pocket aces hold, and Mr. 300 doubles up. 4,650, a huge pot. Nice job by Mr. 300. We're going to stay here at table A. Again, the blinds are at 150, 300. Our dealer is Waddle Away. Small blind is Mr. 300. Big blind is American Dad. And first act will be the Scorpion Queen. And she folds over to the dealer, Waddle Away, who has a Jack 10 suited. And he makes the call. Mr. 300 is a small blind, and the action is on to him. Will be 150 to make the call. He decides to fold over to American Dad, who has the option to check, looking down at a Queen 8 offsuit. He's going to check it. Here comes the flop. Flop comes out 2, 9, Queen. So we have on the board a pair of queens for American Dad, an open-ended straight draw for Waddle Away. First to act will be American Dad.
Where's the angry ones? Oh, Hermione.
American Dad bets 500 with his top pair. Over to Waddle Away, who's got an open-ended straight draw, but he is behind. He's got a backdoor flush draw as well. He's going to raise it 850 or 825. He is all in. It'll be 325 to call for American Dad. He's going to need a king, an 8, or runner, spade, or his tournament day is going to be over. All right, possible 2,400. It's a black card, but not the spade, so his flush draw is dead. He is going to need an 8 or a king on the river. Does not come out. The 5 of hearts comes out. American Dad does it again, and Nick will have to waddle away his way over to the rail.
Fatality.
We are now down to 8 players, and we will condense down to the final table. So we are now condensing to the final table, and the theme so far is American Dad. He is seemingly in every hand, and more often than not, he is inflicting major damage, as he had all 3 of the knockouts on table A, while Chris M, no slouch himself, the Scorpion King, had 2 knockouts of his own on table B. So during part 2, we lost 6 players. The Mother of Dragons, Jurassic Jordan, Optimus, Patty the Poker Princess, and Reggie O the Wall were all eliminated, and unfortunately will not see the final table this time around. And I can only assume that Patty K had the David Bowie song, "I'm Afraid of American Dad," looping in her head all night long as her pocket aces were cracked on the river. So let's set up the lineup for our final table heading into part 3. So at the final table, in seat 1 will be Stephen S, the Doomslayer. In seat 2 will be Michael F, Amazing Spidey. In seat 3 will be the Scorpion Queen, Alicia M. In seat 4 will be the Austrian Assassin, Gerhard W. In seat 5 will be Gary K, Margarita Man. In seat 6, Mr. 300, Scott H. In seat 7, the Scorpion King, Chris M. And in seat 8, the aforementioned American Dad. All right, guys, so now the prize pool is up to $420, which means first place can earn $210, second place can earn $126, and third place will take a very respectable $84 home with them at the end of the tournament. So join us for part 3 to see the thrilling conclusion to Wingman Poker Tournament number 3 of the 2024 season. I would like to thank you all so very much for watching. I want to wish all the dads out there a happy Father's Day. We got a dad joke loading. So with all that being said, may your cards be live, your pocket aces hold, and we will see you next time.
Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in.